My name is Richard Gleason. Life growing up at home was hard and I was bullied at school. It was in church I found faith and hope and a lifelong passion of sharing seeds of faith and hope for others. Living and ministering for 20 years in Chicago's largest public housing complex, I saw the effects of institutional racism, the hopelessness that it created. Hopeless and despair blurted out in homes, in schools, and in the streets. I reached out to teenagers in the neighborhood youth gangs, and with their input, set up an off-the-street program in the YMCA that included playing basketball, going on outings, and camping in summer, and meetings that focused on faith, hope, and learning life skills. In the summer of the program, life in the project was particularly violent. 12 teenagers lost their lives. I launched the Southside Christian Center, a 7-day-a-week outreach program targeting the spiritual, social, and educational needs of young brothers and sisters. Many found faith and hope and a new life and grew up making wonderful lives for themselves, their families, and others. 50 years later, we got together, the former gang members and the youth who grew up in the Southside Christian Center. 9 had earned bachelor's degrees. 2 of them had earned a master's degree, and 1, a former gang member, earned a PhD. I stood up and fought institutional racism.
There's not been one single change.
We have signs saying colored and white.
I was a freedom rider in Alabama and Mississippi. I marched for voting rights with Dr. King in Selma and Montgomery, and marched for open housing with him in Chicago when the mob turned violent and he was hit in the head with a brick. From the marble steps of the Lincoln Memorial, I witnessed Dr. King deliver his I Have a Dream speech. Now, more than 50 years later, Dr. King's dream has not been fully realized. Hopelessness and despair blurts out in homes, in schools, and in the streets of many American communities. I will sow seeds of hope and new life for others. I will stand up for institutional change. I will speak up for justice and equal opportunity for all, regardless of skin color, orientation, or place of origin. In the words of Dr. King, I just want to be there in love and in justice and in truth and commitment to others so that we can make of this old world a new world.